Welcome back to the Washington Nationals MLB 26 franchise. We are in the NLDS. This is Game 4 at Milwaukee. Lost the first game, came back, destroyed them in Game 2, won a close Game 3. Now Game 4. We need to get this win now so we don't have to go back home for a deciding Game 5. Milwaukee got enough offense. Is it just going to show up? And is our pitching going to continue to hold up in this series? Let's see, we lost the first game 5-3. That was my bad for not taking McClanahan out. And then we absolutely crushed him in Game 2. In a weird Game 3. It's a lot of solo homers. And on the mound for the Brewers today, Quinn Priester. On the mound for us, Reynaldo Lopez. We got him in that trade with the White Sox in July. It's the Nationals looking for their first playoff win since 2019. It's the Brewers trying to hang around and send the series back to DC. It's the postseason on MLB The Show 26. There's Quinn Priester. See what he did in the first round. Pretty good start for him. Doesn't strike out a ton of guys. Also doesn't walk anybody. And you can see what he did during the regular season. 14 wins, 3.45 ERA, 19 home runs. Like I said, doesn't give up a lot of walks. And it looks like he's fixed his home run problem when he gave up 28 back in 2026. And speaking of home runs, Mr. Home Run, C.J. Abrams going to lead things off here in the top of the first for Washington. 2-2 pitch to him and check swing, and says he went around. It's strike 3, so that's how we start Game 4 in the NLDS. Here's our lineup. I flipped Cruz back to 6, Castro to 8. I wanted to make sure Cruz gets some pitches to hit. I kind of like Castro down there in the 8 spot, driving in a bunch of runs. And next up will be James Wood, struggling. Did have a home run in Game 3, but he hasn't done much outside of that in the series. 2-2 pitch, and it's going to be a ground ball to short. Mate has that. Throw to first, and a quick 2 outs here in the top half. Got to get Woods back going. Now bring in Byron Buxton. See, he's got a 308 average, but no home runs, no RBIs. Been hitting a bunch of singles. He's down in count 1-2. And the pitch from Priester, and he chases a slider and strikes out. So we go down 1-2-3. Not very good ABs by me in that half inning. We go to the bottom of the first. Frelick, Yelich, O'Hearn. And like I said, on the mound today, Reynaldo Lopez. His numbers on the season was 5-5 with the White Sox, 3-3 with us. Almost threw a no-hitter. Also had a couple games where he got torched, so it's kind of Jekyll and Hyde with Reynaldo. Hopefully we get the good one today. Finish off this series. First man up, Sal Frelick, center fielder. And he's going to try and bunt his way on, and that goes foul. His numbers, not a good average in the postseason, so you can see why he's trying to bunt his way on. He's down in count 0-2 and takes strike 3 on the outside corner. Lopez gets the big K to start this game and keep that runner off base. Here's their lineup. Back to the one they used in Game 3. I have no idea why they chose to bench a bunch of those guys in Game 2. In steps Christian Yelich, having a dreadful postseason. 0.50 batting average. That's for both series. 2-2 count on him and the pitch, and he chases a circle change way off the plate and strikes out. And I can see why he's having a bad offseason. That's 2 straight Ks by Lopez, and he'll face Ryan O'Hearn. Hasn't had much of a better postseason himself. He's down 0-2 and the pitch. There's a high fly ball in the left center field. Wood chasing it. That's going to get down and go all the way to the wall. Throw comes back in. O'Hearn, 2-out double. Going to have a man in scoring position for Milwaukee. Get a 2-out, try to get a 2-out rally going as Jackson Trio steps in. He's a Gold Glover. 1-2 pitch, and it's in the dirt. Gets away from Ford. O'Hearn goes to third, and he is just safe. So he moves up on the wild pitch. Now they have a man on third with 2 out. Just need a single to get the run home. Here's the 2-2 pitch. He's going to ground ball to short. Abrams has that. Easy throw to first. And they pitch around the double in the wild pitch. This game tied 0-0 as we go to the second inning. And leading off for the Nats, Vinny Pasquantino. Not great numbers there. He has 2 doubles, 2 RBI doubles in the series. A 1 pitch from Priester. There's a shot in the left center field. That's going to get down and go all the way to the wall. Vinny around first on his way to second. Not getting a lot of hits in the series, but they're getting extra base hits every time he does. strolls in there with his third double this series, and that'll bring in Luis Garcia in that big 93 clutch rating. That's why we moved him up to hit behind Vinny. 1-1 count on him now. Here's the pitch from Priester on the way. There's a shot into center field, and it's going to drop in front of Frelick. And they're going to have to hold him at third base. Had to wait to see if that was going to be caught, so Vinny can't come in and score. So we have men at the corners now with nobody out. Dylan Cruz hitless in the series. Did draw a couple of walks last game. Heading to count 3-1. Here's the pitch. And ripped. And it's going to be down and into the right field corner. 1 run is in. Garcia on his way to third. Cruz on his way to second. He's going to be in with an RBI double. We're up 1-0 now here in the second inning as Cruz gets off the schneid. His first hit in this postseason. Just drives the outside pitch. About time he did something positive with the bat. We need him very much on the offensive side. Now to bring in rookie Tom McVay, having a decent postseason. Still looking for his first RBI. Got a 2-2 count. Second and third, nobody out. Here's the pitch from Priester. And it's outside for ball 3. Now, Willie Castro had a monster game 2 on deck. See, he's crushing it with men in scoring position. Count goes full. Priester in a lot of trouble here after an easy first. Here's the pitch. And inside for ball 4, so McVay does draw a walk to load the bases. Not the start Milwaukee wanted. They're going to need to get out of this jam. Bases loaded, nobody out. And Willie Castro, 7 RBIs in game 2. Looking to add to that total right here. Down in count 0-1. Just got to stay away from the double play. Here's the pitch. There's a ground ball to second base. Terang's got it and throws to second, and everybody's safe. I don't know why he just didn't throw to first and take the out. Run scores in a play, so now we're up 2-0, and bases are still loaded with nobody out for Harry Ford. Having a rough postseason outside of the 2-run shot he hit late in game 2. Count goes 2-2. I'll take a strikeout, not a double play. Here's a pitch, and here's a shot into right field. That's going to get down. 1 run's in, and it gets away from Chiriot, and another run's going to score. Now we're going to have men at first and third, and nobody out. It's 4-0 Washington. And that'll bring in CJ. Struck out his first time. Men at the corners, nobody out. Top of the order coming up. 4-0 Washington. Dangerous hitter with CJ. 4 home runs in this series. 0-1 pitch on the way. And there's a shot past third base into left field. It's 5-0. Man, as badly as I was batting in the first inning, we can't stop getting hits and runs here in the second. Reminds me of the 4th and 5th innings back in, or 5th and 6th, whatever it was, back in game 2. And that's going to be it. Priester gets the first 3 outs pretty easily and can't get anybody out here in the second inning. Not the start the Brewers were looking for out of him. Already taxed bullpen. Coming in will be Chad Patrick. See those ugly numbers we got all over him in game 2. Gave up 6 runs. Only 2 of them were earned, but he gave up a home run, and that'll bring in James Wood for the first batter. He's going to face 2 on, nobody out. Going to make this inning even bigger. 2-2 count on him. Here's a pitch from Patrick, and chases a cutter inside, misses, and strikes out. That's the first out of the inning. That'll bring in Byron Buxton. He's got 4 hits in the series, but struck out his first time. I don't know what it is. Some of these batters I really struggle to hit with. Wood, Buxton, Cruz. And he swings and misses and strikes out on the slider for the second out. Some guys you see it well with, and other ones you don't. And those 3 guys I struggle. I'll bring in Vinny. There's a smash into right field. Chiriot on the run, and he snags that before it can get into the gap. But we put up a 5-spot and bat around the inning. We head to the bottom of the second. 5-0 Washington. Let's go, boys. And leading off for the Brewers will be Jonathan Aranda. Decent postseason for him. He hasn't really done a ton in this series, though. 2-2 count on him, and the pitch from Lopez is a fly ball in the right field. Cruz will drift back a few steps, and he'll take that for a first out here in the second inning. That'll bring in Bryce Terang, hitting 105, hitting a dreadful postseason. There's a line shot right to Garcia for the second out. First pitch swinging, I'll take that. Keep that pitch count down. That'll bring in Jesus Mate. Not having a great postseason. Does have a home run in the series. The 0-1 pitch to him, and what is this? Looks like PlayStation logged me out, and Mate's got a hit, and I have to not even read this, just get through this so I can see what happened on the play. Wonderful. Here's the replay. I had to go into the replay section, and he line drive up the middle for a base hit. Luckily, that wasn't into the gap, because otherwise it'd be an inside the park homer. That'll bring in Jake Rogers with 1 on and 2 out. What a weird thing to just pop up while you're recording. 1-2 pitch to him, and takes strike 3 on the changeup to end the inning. They get a man on, can't get him in. It's 5-0 as we go to the 3rd inning. And leading off the 3rd will be Luis Garcia. Singled last time up, 3 hits in the series. Runs the count full. Pitch from Patrick on the way. There's a high fly ball in the right field. Trio drifting back, and he'll have that for the first out. Thought he hit it better than he did. That'll bring in Dylan Cruz. Big RBI double his last time. First hit in the postseason this year. Down to count 0-2 here. And the pitch. And ground ball right to first base. Ahern's got that. Steps on the bag for the second out. A little late with Cruz swinging. See both his balls been hit to right field. That'll bring in McVeigh. Walked his first time, scored. Nobody on, 2 out. 0-1 pitch to McVeigh. There's a high fly ball in the right field. Trio drifting back. And he's going to have that on the run, shy of the warning track. So we go down 1-2-3 here in the top of the 3rd. Head to the bottom half. Still commanding lead, 5-0. And leading off for the Brewers, Joey Ortiz having a dreadful postseason, as many of these Brewers are having. 2-2 count on him. And here's a ground ball to short. Abrams will scoop that, throw to first, and there's 1 down. That'll bring in Sal Frelick. And he's going to hit a ground ball past Castro down the left field line. Wood chasing it. He's around first, on his way to second. Throw comes back in, and Frelick's in with a double. Just got it past Castro, and his speed gets him on second base, and that'll bring in Yelich. There's a high fly ball to right, and that one's not coming back. Way out of here. Hung that off-speed pitch, and Yelich makes him pay. 429, 110, almost 111 off the bat, and Bernie the Brewer down the slide for the first time in this game. Yelich having a dreadful postseason, but you can't hang that pitch right over the middle. Now Brewers get 2 runs back. See the replay, get a better view of this. High towering shot, hooks it, keeps it fair. Now the Brewers are back in this game. That'll bring in Ryan O'Hearn with nobody on and 1 out. And here's a floater, and that's going to get through and be a base hit to center field. So they're not done yet. They have a man on first and 1 out. They'll bring the tying run on deck. Trio grounded out his first time. Had a good game 1, nothing much since. The 0-1 pitch. There's a pop-up on the infield, foul ball. McVeigh settles under it, and he's got that for the second out. That's a big out right there. That'll bring in Aranda with 1 on and 2 out. He said hasn't done much in this series. 0-2 count to him. Here's the pitch. And he swings and misses and strikes out on a 4-seamer. So we give up a 2-run homer to Christian Yelich. Nothing else after that. The Brewers trying to claw their way back into this game. Trail by 3 after 3. And they're going to go back to the bullpen. Kevin Kelly's going to start 4th inning. See his numbers. He got lit up in game 2 as well. This bullpen has been overused in the series. Willie Castro got that RBI on that weird fielder's choice. Lead things off here in the 4th inning. Rang should just thrown that to first base and got that out. And here's a line drive right to Mate at short. Perfect line out. That's how we start the top of the 4th inning. Willie thought he had a hit. That'll bring in Harry. 2-run single himself back in that 5-run second. Down to count 0-2. Nobody on, 1 out. Here's a pitch. And way out in front of that sweeper, and he strikes out for the second out. Whatever, the sweepers just crushed me in this game. And it'll bring in CJ, had an RBI single back in that second inning. He's down on count 0-2, trying to get on, trying to get some two-out magic going. And here's a high fly ball in the center field. Frelick will run over, settle under it, and have that as we go down 1-2-3 again. We head to the bottom of the fourth inning. Offense needs to wake up. Pitching needs to hold strong. Bryce Terang, he's hitting 100 in the postseason. Not this series, all the postseason. Going to lead things off. 1-1 pitch to him, and that's a ground ball to first. McVay's got that. He'll step on the bag, and that's the first out here in the bottom of the fourth inning. And I'll bring in Jesus Mate. That weird single that got blocked by the PlayStation service agreement page. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and here's a high fly ball into right center field. Buxton on the run, and that ball is gone off the back wall. And Jesus Mate goes deep for the second time in the series. See Bernie Brewer down the slide again. Don't want to see that anymore today. Milwaukee down 5-0 early, using the long ball to get back in this game. It's now a 2-run game, and you can see why they brought Mate up to play shortstop every day. Turns on that pitch, just drives it over the right center field wall. And, yeah, Lopez needs to make better location pitches. That's 2 pitches right over the middle, and that'll bring in Jake Rogers. Struck out his first time. He is a home run threat as well. 0-2 pitch, and he swings over the slider and strikes out for the second time in the game. Second out in the inning. 5th K for Lopez. That'll bring in Ortiz. Hasn't done much of anything in the series, in the game. Runs the count full. And here's a tapper to third base. Castro's got that. Sets his feet, throws, and that's the third out of the inning. Milwaukee gets another run. Home run by Jesus Mate. Gets this down to a 2-run game through 4 innings. And leading off for the Nationals here in the 5th, James Wood, 0 for 2. Desperately need to get his bat going. Might need to go into practice and bat with him myself because I have a hard time hitting with him. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and way out in front of the sweeper, and strikeout again. As you see, I struggle with those pitches. Second strikeout for Kelly, and that'll bring in Buxton, who's struck out twice tonight again. Struggle with some of these batters. Other ones I just crush with. Byron's one I struggle with. Here's a ground ball knocked down by Ortiz. Scrambles to his feet. Throw to first. And, oh, they say just got him. I don't know about that. Buxton with that 99 speed. See the replay. One hopper knocked down. Gets away. Gets up. Fires a seed to first. And just gets him by half a step. Even though Byron says, no, I was safe. And that's going to be it for Kelly. This guy loves to take their pitchers out in the middle of the inning. Just let him finish the inning. He's pitching great. They go into the pen to bring in the lefty, Aaron Ashby. Been one of their better relievers in the entire postseason. He's going to face the lefty, Vinny Pasquantino, with the lefty, Luis Garcia on deck. Vinny down in count 1-2. Here's the pitch. And swing and a miss, and he strikes out on that sinker down and in. We go down 1-2-3 here in the 5th. We haven't done much since the second inning. Got to get the offense rolling, guys. And leading off for the Brewers here in the 5th, Sal Frelick. Doubled, scored on the home run by Yelich. And here's a fly ball in the left field, and Wood's going to have that for the first out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Good to keep those runners off base in front of these power hitters behind him. And there he is, Christian Yelich, hit that long home run. His first hit in this series, only his second hit in the postseason. 2-2 pitch to him. And he swings over the curveball and strikes out for the second out. Lopez, yeah, you got me there. I'm going to get you back this time. 6 Ks for him. See this replay. Just drops off the table and Yelich swings over it. Now bring Ryan O'Hearn to the plate. Nobody on. 2 out. There's a ground ball to first. McVay backhands that. Race to the bag. That's the third out of the inning. A lot of ground balls to first today. McVay's busy. We go to the 6th inning. Looking for offense. Up 5-3. And lead things off. Luis Garcia 1 for 2 with a single. He struggles with nobody on base. That clutch really helps, but when there's nobody on base, it's a different story. 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. And line drive over third, and it's going to drop for a base hit. So he proves me wrong. talking crap about him. He says, all right, I'll flip one over third base and get on base with nobody on base. So leadoff man on for Dylan Cruz, 1 for 2 with an RBI double in that big 5-run second inning. It's down to count 1-2. Here's the pitch. And it's a line drive base hit into right field. Another perfect hit. Runner's going to have to stop at second base. Now we got 2 men on and nobody out. Looking to get some tack-on runs. Need Cruz's bat to get going. Looks like it might be as McVay's going to step in. 0 for 1 today with a walk. Full count on him. Castro on deck. Here's the pitch. It's going to be a high fly ball into shallow left. Yelich will run in a few steps. And he'll have that. The runners have to go back to first and second. And that's the first out here in the 6th. That'll bring in Willie. RBI fielder's choice in the 2nd. Been clutch in this series. And the 2-2 pitch from Ashby. It's going to be a one-hopper grab by O'Hearn. Throws the second for 1. Relay to first. And there we go. 3-6-3 double play. Kills the rally. Ashby pitches out of the jam. And their defense shows up for a change. We haven't done much since the 2nd. Brewers have momentum right now. We got to hold them. Jackson Trio is going to lead things off here in the bottom of the 6th. Good power on base guy. 0-2 pitch to him. And it's going to be a ground ball to first. McVay, another play at first base. Glad for the suggestion to move him to first. Improved fielding. Some of those balls might have got through Vinny. Got to bring in Aranda. 0 for 2 on the day. 2 hits in the series. Like I said, hasn't done much. 0-1 pitch to him. There's a shot over short. That's going to get down. And that one's going to go to the wall. Wood chasing it down. Throw comes back in. Aranda doesn't have the greatest speed. He's going to slide in safely with a double. Team makes me eat my words as well. That'll bring in Bryce Terang. 1 hit in the series. Dreadful postseason. Down and count 1-2. Here's the pitch. And it's going to be a fly ball in the right field. Cruz settles under it. He's got that. Throw goes to third as Aranda holds. And then look at that. Accurate, strong, right on the bag. That'll be the second out. And that'll bring in Jesus Mate. Man on second and 2 outs. See, he's got a home run and a single in this game already. 2-2 count on him. And the pitch is outside for ball 3. Rogers on deck. Struck out twice today. There's a lot of power, though. 3-2 pitch is high for ball 4. So Milwaukee's going to have 2 men on and 2 out. That'll bring the go-ahead run to the plate. And we're not going to let Lopez blow this game going to the pen. Been really hit or miss within this game alone. So don't want to hang a pitch. We've already done it twice. His night is done. Coming in from the bullpen, Hiroki Sasaki in that 99 pitch clutch. Did give up 3 singles in the 9th inning of game 2, but he pitched out of that jam. Now he's got to keep this game where it's at. First pitch to Jake Rogers is a strike at the letters. He said struck out twice, but he has homered in the series. 0-1 count. Roki going with high fastballs early. He swings through that fastball. Down to count 0-2 now. The last game Rogers had was a good one. See if we can get him out with this slider down and away. Here's the pitch. And he does chase and miss, and Roki strikes him out to get out of this jam. Keeps this game at 5-3 Nats. Very, very clutch pitching performance by Roki. You can see him chase that slider and miss as we're up 5-3. A new pitcher coming in out of the pen, another lefty, Jared Koenig, has not pitched well either. First man he's going to face here in the 7th is Harry Ford. 1 for 2 with a single. 2 hits in the series. 0-1 count. Here's the pitch. And it's going to be a foul ball up the first base side. O'Hearn is going to have plenty of room, and he's going to have that for the first out. And our offense has just dried up since the 2nd inning. See if CJ can get things going here. First pitch to him. It's going to be a tapper to first base. O'Hearn grabs that before it goes foul. Steps on the bag, and there's 2 quick outs here in the 7th. Man. As well as I was hitting in the 2nd inning, I've hit woefully since, and James Wood, perfect example there, ground out in 2 Ks. 0-1 count. Here's the pitch. Here's a high fly ball in the left center field. Yelich on the run, and he's got it shy of the warning track for the third out. Thought we might have a 2-out extra base hit there, but Yelich tracks it down. Still up 5-3, going to the bottom of the 7th. Leading off, Joey Ortiz, 0 for 2 on the day. Only 2 hits in the series. And a black hole at the bottom of the order. 1-2 count. Here's the pitch from Roki. And he takes strike 3 as that slider backed up, catches him on the inside corner, and that's a first out here in the 7th. I'll go back to the top of the order. Sal Frelick, who doubled and scored on Yelich's homer. He's down in count 0-2. Here's the pitch. And check swing. Did he go? Yes, they ring him up. So strikeout on that check swing. Roki, 3 strikeouts in a row to start his appearance in this game. That'll bring in Yelich. First pitch to him. It's going to be a ground ball second base. Garcia's got it. Throw to first, and a very good, very quick 1-2-3 7th inning for Roki and the Nats. As we hang on to this 5-3 lead going into the 8th, looking for any kind of offense. And another pitcher out of the pen. It's just a conveyor belt. Grant Anderson coming in. He's had a fine postseason for the Brewers. And the first man he's going to face is Byron Buxton. Again, I've struggled batting with him at all anytime in this franchise. 0 for 3 with 2 Ks. Runs the count full. Here's the pitch. And blows me away with a 94 four-seamer up high. That's the first out of the 8th. That'll bring in Vinny. Haven't had much trouble batting with him, though. 1 for 3 with a double. Started that big 5-run second inning. Heading the count 2-0. Here's a pitch from Anderson. There's a high fly ball in the center field. Frelick will run over, and he'll settle under it and have it for the second out. Just missed that one. Got under it just a tad. That'll bring in Garcia. 2 for 3 on the day. First pitch to him. There's a high fly ball in the center field. Frelick racing back. This one's a little deeper to the edge of the track. On the track, and he's got it for the third out. Thought that one had a little more legs than it did. So did Garcia. We get a 1-2-3 here in the 8th. Bullpen needs to keep doing this job. Leading things off in the 8th, Ryan O'Hearn. Single and a double today. 3 hits in the series. Got to keep him off base. First pitch from Roki. There's a high fly ball in the center field. Buxton drifting back. He'll have that. That's the first out here in the bottom of the 8th inning. 5 straight outs by Roki. That'll bring in Jackson Chourio, 0 for 3 on the day. Pretty much handled him since game 1. 1-1 pitch to him. It's going to be a ground ball up the middle and bleed through for a base hit. So now they have the tying run coming to the plate here in the 8th inning. 1 on, 1 out. And that's going to be it for Roki. We got a couple of left-handers coming up next. And one play the percentages. Roki's been doing great. He's not tired. I'll show you why. We are going to the pen and bring in Jalen Beeks, who has the best clutch out of our 2 lefties out of the pen. This isn't a clutch situation. Runners on first base, but right here, look at Aranda's difference. 81 power against righties, 56 against lefties. That's why we're bringing in the lefty right now to face Aranda. First pitch to him. There's a high fly ball in the center field. Buxton racing back. Shy of the track. He's got it. Runner has to go back. And maybe that big gap in power is the difference. That ball doesn't get out of here. Keep this game 5-3. Now bring in Terang, who's been dreadful. First pitch to him. Here's a shot in the left field. Wood is, it's going to drop in front of him. Thought he's going to have it. Throw comes to third, and runner runs around third and gets tagged. What is going on with Chourio? It's a wide throw, and Chourio just didn't stop at third, and he gets tagged, and we get out of the jam. What a weird play in a weird series. Wow. And coming out of the pen will be another reliever, Abner Uribe. They're just emptying their bullpen in this game to keep it to a 5-3 deficit. Been a great pitcher for them this postseason. And Cruz, 2 for 3, single to double, RBI, a run scored. We've got him straightened out. 2-2 count. Here's a pitch from Uribe. And chase the slider off the plate and strike out. That's how we start the 9th. Now to bring in McVay. Got to get some offense going here. Come on, Tom, get on base. There's a high fly ball in the left field. Yelich drifting over towards the line, and he'll have that for the second out. And our offense is just nothing since the second inning. That'll bring in Willie, 0 for 3 on the day. See if he can hit one out of here. 3-2 count. Take a walk as well. And a pitch from Uribe. And it's going to be a ground ball grabbed by Ortiz at third. Throw to first. And O'Hearn's got that. And we go down 1-2-3 again. As we go to the bottom of the ninth inning, 7-8-9 up for the Brewers. We try to hang on and clinch this NLDS in Game 4. And coming out of the pen for the bottom of the ninth, our closer Pete Fairbanks got the save in Game 3, looking to try and close out this series and get us on to the next round. Bringing in a little better defender in Isaiah Kiner-Falefa at second base. And Jesus Mate, single and a home run in this game already, plus a walk. Dangerous hitter leading things off here in the bottom of the ninth. Fairbanks has him down to count 1-2. Here's a pitch, and there's a pop foul. Third base side over by the dugout. Is Castro going to have room? Yes, he is. And we get him out for the first time today. Great pitch there by Fairbanks. There's one down now. Rogers up. First pitch to him is a high fly ball. What camera view is that? Down the line. Is that going to stay fair? And yes, it hits the foul pole way up at the top. The solo shot by Rogers here in the ninth takes us to a one-run game as Bernie the Brewer goes down that slide again. Said I didn't want to see that again. And Rogers' second home run in the series. What a weird camera angle that was. I can't wait for the replay because the camera's looking right up at the roof. Here's a better angle. Hammers that, and it just stays enough fair to, and you heard that, clank off the foul pole. Now we have a one-run game, but Joey Ortiz up 0 for 3 on the day, 2 hits in the series. Got to keep him off the bases in front of the guys at the top of the order here. 1-2 count. Here's a pitch, and chases a pitch in the dirt and strikes out as Ford throws down to first to get him out for the second out here in the ninth inning, and that'll bring in Frelick, doubled and scored. Need to keep him off the bases as well. 1-0 pitch, and there's another pop foul down third base side. Castro has more room this time, settles under it, and your Washington Nationals are NLDS series winners. Win 3 straight games after blowing Game 1. And we do get our first postseason series win since the 2019 World Series. And this young team turned it around in 3 years. Get to celebrate on the field. Young team littered with some veterans. Did the job. And now they move on to the NLCS to find out who they're going to play. Offensive explosions. Pitching when we needed it. There it is. Postseason win. Number 1. Let's go to this box score. See 2 hits for Garcia, 2 hits for Cruz. 2 runs driven in by Ford. Only 1 walk, 9 Ks. Lopez a little up and down there, but the bullpen came in and did the job, especially Roki Sasaki. Shut them down when we needed them to. On the other side, 2 hits for O'Hearn, 2 hits for Mate. He had 3 doubles, 3 homers. Quinn Priester could only get 1 inning in, so he imploded it in the second, and then their bullpen only gives up 2 hits in the last 8 innings. They just completely shut us down, but we had enough to hang on and win and move on to the next round. Wow. And we will be taking on the Dodgers in the NLCS. Shane McClanahan against Shohei Ohtani in Game 1. These guys have already faced each other twice earlier this season. I think twice. I think we got them both times. Dodgers beat Arizona 3-1. The American League Boston beat Cleveland 3-1, and Seattle beat Detroit 3-2. So we got Seattle, Boston in the American League Championship Series, LA, Washington in the NLCS. And that will be our next episode. We will get in here and give you the first 3 games of this NLCS. On the road for 2 at LA, come back home for Game 3. Then from there on, it'll be either 2 episodes or 1. We'll just go from here, see what happens in the first 3 games. Don't want to go 4 games in case there's a sweep. We'll make sure we have some sort of drama going forward after the first 3, but you will see 3 games in the next episode. So I hope you guys are enjoying the progress with the Nationals. Got our first series win in the playoffs since the 2019 World Series, and now we look to go through the tough task of beating the Dodgers, the only 100-win team in the majors this year, and get us back to the World Series. But got to go 1 game at a time. So if you like content, please like, subscribe, comment, share it out, hit that notification bell so you know when the next episode goes live, which will be the first 3 games of the NLCS. You guys take care. Hope to see you soon. Go Nats.